Welcome to Uplift, inspiring stories to uplift the world. I am Gemma Serenity Golokov, your host, and today we have the honor of having Linda Terjesen joining us. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here with you, Gemma.
That's amazing. So we have a absolutely strong and powerful woman in her 50s who feels even better than in her 30s. Let's dig a little bit in that story.
Yes. Thank you so much. To introduce myself, I'm Linda Terjesen, and I am a certified nutritionist, online health and life coach, and soon to be a certified positive psychology coach. And I'm the CEO and founder of LTLTE, stands for Learn to Love to Exercise. And I'm based in Southern California, but all my work is done online. So, yes, I turned 56 1 month and 1 day ago on 11/11. And I feel better today, and I have way more energy than I did when I was 30 years old. Way better.
Look at that. Look at
My
that.
exercise routine has improved immensely. I actually have a program that I follow. I track it. It's way more effective than I was just kind of going to the gym and winging it and taking classes and working out more than I'm actually doing now. And I'm enjoying it so much more right now as well. And my nutrition has changed. And with all of that, what has changed the most and what's most important is my mindset and just continuously working on personal development and growth and evolution.
Exactly. Actually, this fitness journey is really a body, mind, spirit journey.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
not just a weight loss or a I need just to exercise, whatever. No, it's a real holistic journey, and this
Mhm.
is what you have not only understood, but this is how you serve your community.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. It is a lifestyle. And the most important piece is really to change the mind and to work on that personal development because there are so many things that can get in the way of prioritizing ourselves. And I think, especially as women, and for the women who have children and bigger families, they're so used to prioritizing their children and their families and their dogs and businesses and everything. And they're not so used to prioritizing and putting themselves into that mix. So when we work more on that personal development and the mindset growth, then we realize that we are important as well. And there's always time for what is important to us. And we are in that mix.
We truly are. We
Yeah.
truly are. Self-love matters way more than what we want to give it credit for.
Yes. Yes.
So, what is the catalyst for change? Because you have not always been that way. You said that at 30 years old, you were just like winging it in the gym. So, that also means that something happened in your life
Yeah.
that completely settled you on a new path. What happened?
Yeah. So what happened to me in 2006, 17 and a half years ago, I lost my only brother to a sudden heart attack. He was only 45 years old. And that, so that was in 2006. And I was still working out. I had been consistent in a gym for about 14 years. I've been going to a gym for 32 years now consistently, but it was really taking a harder look at my overall health, my nutrition, working more from the inside out and reducing stress and really thinking about the choices that I've been making and working on me to see how can I improve myself because heart disease runs in my family, but it doesn't mean that I have to have it. And even if it's in the genes, it is still possible to live without medications if you take care of yourself properly and you really focus on the nutrition, on what you're consuming overall, taking a look at that, asking for help. And for me, I had this vision that I wanted to help others improve their health because I knew that if my brother had had more proper help and not just help from a doctor, he would likely be here today. If I had known then what I know now, I believe that I could have saved my brother's life. So I had this vision to help others improve their health. And first came the vision, and then I started gathering all the knowledge, really studying, researching, reading, going for my nutritional certification, various awards at the college, kinesiology degree. You see some of them behind me here on the wall. And I incorporated my company, and then I hired my first business coach to help me put everything together and to bring it online so that I could help more women around the world.
That's beautiful.
Thank
That
you.
is a beautiful journey, and having transformed mourning and grief and emotional pain of loss of your only brother that you loved
Yeah.
so much, and turning it into a catalyst to your betterment and the betterment of the people around you, and helping them and creating an entire legacy of
Yeah.
health, holistic global health. So
Yeah.
that also with awareness for all that is running around the heart, it's
Yeah.
like it matters a lot. Thank you for
Yeah.
having done that and for continuing on this path.
Thank you, Gemma. And, you know, my brother inspires me every day. He is my passion. He's my why to my business. So as a fellow entrepreneur, you know, there are ups and downs in the business. And I always just have my brother front of mind that I got to keep on this. I got to keep after this journey because there are a lot more women to help. And my brother keeps me going every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's very happy and proud of you from this other dimension watching over you. I'm sure
Thank
of that, you know.
I am too. Yeah.
So, do you want to tell us a little bit more about your global life? Because I mean, it's not everything runs around learn to love to exercise. You probably are much more than that, right?
Much more than that. Yeah.
I believe so.
When I first started my company, I was thinking about a name, and then I was thinking about my initials. How could I come up with a name? And then I was like, okay, LT, learn to, and then I was like, okay, learn to love to exercise. I had it. Um, but it's really become so much more because I think with exercise, it is the first thing that most people think about when it comes to improving your health, when it comes to losing weight, maintaining the weight, especially with weight loss. It's like, oh, I got to exercise. I have to exercise more. If you go see a doctor and you're wanting to lose weight, they typically tell you that too. Exercise more and eat less. But it's not always that. Sometimes people actually exercise too much, or they don't have the right strategy like I didn't have. So I didn't get the results that I get now. And I was wasting more time because I wasn't as effective in the gym. And then it goes on to the whole nutritional piece because you cannot outtrain a bad diet. So you can work out for 3 hours a day, but then if you're not eating well, it's not going to help you as much, right? There are lots of benefits to exercise, but we really need to work on changing the diet. So what I do with my clients is I have a method where we work on balance, we work on variety, we work on moderation. So it's really balancing out all the nutrients, all the different foods so that we get a variety of foods, but we also can enjoy goodies in moderation. So I call it my BMV method, similar to a BMW: balance, moderation, and variety. So I focus on that. I practice that myself. I practice everything that I teach my clients. I practice what I preach. Because I think the authenticity and all of that is very important as well. And then it really comes back to wrapping it all together with being willing to think differently, to make a decision, to ask for help, to get out of the comfort zone, and to do something different, because we all know if we do the same thing that we've always done, we're going to get the same results. So how can we change it all up and get out of that comfort zone?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What was the role of your brother before 2006 in your life?
We were close. We didn't live in the same state, but we were close. We were friends. We talked on a regular basis. he had a lot of stress in his life, which was also a really big contributor to his heart attack. It's most likely what, contributed to his passing was mainly stress. And then it was the lifestyle of not eating as healthy, living on his own, not always cooking the food, but going out to eat, and not exercising consistently, even though he was very physically active in his job. He was an entrepreneur as well. So we had a lot of commonalities, and we were close and we were friends. And so it's a different journey, right? It's a different life without him here. And I guess, as time goes by, you learn to live differently on that journey. But with what I have started and what I have in my life with my business, with LTLTE, it's really, he's the passion. He's my why. He's what drives me every day. So I always think about him. Yeah.
And I guess that you attract people who are a little bit like him, and that you can help go back on the right path with less stress, more targeted food, more targeted exercise, so that really you can help more people not end up that early and that fast.
Yeah, yeah. Because a lot of times, people end up on medications and that's what their doctor prescribes them. So they trust their doctor and they go for it. But there's a lot more to it. And if you really take the time and either, you do what you can researching on your own, but if you can get the help from someone else, so you have that additional support and you have the accountability so you can stay on track, because there's so many different areas that spill into our health. And it's similar to like business, time management. I just got off a Zoom with some clients in my year-long mastermind, and our first area of focus is working on time management. Because when we can create more time for ourselves, we can create more time for self-care. So it's really, time management is so big.
So big, yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So what is a tip or an idea or a direction of time management that would actually suddenly transform someone who is watching right now?
It's really looking at, where are you spending time in the day? Do you know where you're spending the time? Do you know how you're prioritizing time? Like, how are you tracking things? Like, even with the exercise and with my clients, there's a lot of things that we get into with tracking, and same with time. How do you, like, what are you spending the time on? What is your typical day? Are you waking up, grabbing your phone and going right to social media? That is not setting the day up for success with doing that, right? So how do you start your day? How do you end your day? How many hours of sleep do you get? So it's looking at all these different areas, but there's many great benefits with technology, but there's also a lot of time wasters where people get into just, they're focused, right? And their focus goes to Facebook or to Instagram or something else. And it's scrolling, clicking on this onto something else and looping around. And you can end up wasting so much time. So really taking a look at your typical day. Where do you spend your time? How are you managing your time? What are your priorities? Because we always have time for what's important to us.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
This is absolutely true.
Yeah.
I have a 25 years old son, and
Yeah.
we are still living with him in the same household, and we have the luxury to look at him, how he manages a job, a business, exercise, girlfriend, and other social things. And oftentimes he comes back and he say, sometimes it's like, I never have any time to do anything that I would really want to do, like going out and socialize. And then it's like, really? Did you notice that you got out 3 times this week on social event? Is that true? It's like, no, actually, it's not true. Okay. But I really wanted to see that. Okay. But if you have two things that happens at the same time, then you have to choose. And then it's not the fault of time. It's a choice of priorities. That's an interesting thing that happened like yesterday or something.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
yeah, taking a look at it and really asking yourself, what are my priorities? Where am I putting my focus? Because there's always time for us, and there's ways to create more time if you really want it to happen. And one thing I personally don't use is the word busy.
Okay. Why not?
Because everyone can be busy, but what are we busy with? Are we busy with scrolling Facebook? Or are we busy doing laundry? What are we busy with? But it doesn't matter how busy we are. We don't get a prize for being the most busy, but are we really productive?
That's
Right?
a big question.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then when we are giving ourselves self-care,
Mhm.
putting our health a priority,
Mhm.
and really making sure to eat right and to take time to cook,
Mhm.
that's really productive. And then we have to define what productivity is. Is
Mhm.
it just money in the bank? Or is it well-being and taking care of your entire body, mind, spirit? Because you are the one who are going to live until 100 years old if you do things right.
Right, right. Yeah. And if we don't take care of our health, then, what
That's
is there? We have
exactly.
nothing without great health. And would you rather live a long life and being healthy and having lots of energy and being productive and feeling great, or just kind of, going with the flow and have aches and pains and not take care of yourself and live on medication and all their side effects and all of that, because it's a choice.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Linda, how can people reach out to you?
So easiest way is on my Instagram. I'm Fit with Linda. So
Okay,
at
that's
Fit
easy.
FitWithLinda. Fit with Linda. My company name is LTLTE, stands for Learn to Love to Exercise. So LTLTE. So they can go to my website and they can contact me through either place. Of course, I'm on Facebook as well, just looking up my name or my company name there. You can find me. And I also have a freebie, Ditch the Diets, that I would love to share.
Go
And
ahead.
I'll send that to you so you can put it in with a link and everything here.
Yes.
And I have a YouTube channel, so LTLTE as well on my YouTube channel. And then I have a free health challenge for women over 45 that's going to run for a week starting on January 1st, 2024. So any women over 24 are welcome to come and join that. It's going to be hosted in a private Facebook group.
Fantastic. Linda, thank you for uplifting and inspiring us with
Thank
learning to
you.
love how to exercise well, with intelligence, with knowledge, with wisdom. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you so much, Emma. I really appreciate it. And thank you for this opportunity and for your time.